Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us here with Wellness for BJJ. I'm Submission Yogi, Tyler, and we're going to do a practice that is heavily focused on breath work, as well as some restorative yoga poses. Maybe some of you are familiar with what yoga is all about, and you know the importance of breathing with your yoga practice. So the asana is your body physical posture, and the pranayama is the breath, and these two go together very well. And this is a kind of special practice that I've developed using some of the Wim Hof breathing techniques. So if you're familiar with the Wim Hof breathing, we're going to add those to some yoga positions, and you're going to feel really good after you're done with this, especially on a Sunday evening. If you trained all week, trained today, this is a great way to let your body, your mind, your nervous system relax and recover, and also adding oxygen to your system with this breath work and breath practice. If you are familiar with the Wim Hof method, you'll be able to join along really easily. If not, you can just follow me, but I will explain to you real quickly what the breath practice is like. It is 30 deep breaths, so that's fully in and then letting go, and 30 times. And after those 30 breaths, release your breath, hold for as long as you can until you have that urge to take the next breath. So 30 breaths, exhale, hold until you need to breathe. Take one big full breath in, hold that for 10 seconds, and then let it go. And that's one round, and that's what we're going to be doing to add to some like yin yoga type poses. Okay, enough. Let me ask you to come to a comfortable seat. If you're not already, maybe on your knees, maybe seated on a blanket, something where you can prop your hips up and let your spine find a good posture. And let your eyes close here. Just bring your awareness into your body. Begin to observe your breath. And observe the thoughts in your head. We'll take one nice, big, deep inhale, fully in. Hold your breath at the top and let your body relax. Shoulders sink down and let it go out your mouth. Big deep exhale. Once again, full breath in. Relax everything, face, hands, feet, and let the breath go. Last one, on your own, deep breath in and hold. Soften. Sigh it out. Move through a little flow, just connecting movement to breath. Starting in a tabletop position. Hips stacked over knees, shoulders over wrists, fingers spread wide. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, go all the way down to your body, your belly. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, press your hips back to your heels and let your head reach the floor. Use that inhale to come back to your table. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, child's pose. 2 more times. Move with your breath. Close your eyes. Inhale, tabletop. exhale, belly, inhale, baby cobra, exhale, turtle. Inhale, table, exhale, all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, push it back. And back to a table. Find that comfortable seat on your knees. Let's tuck your toes underneath. Get a little stretch into your feet. For me, I have little pinky toes, so I actually reach back and physically move my pinky toe out to the side. Find that nice balance. If this is too intense for you, you can always untuck and go back to the flat top of your feet. And do some deep breathing in this position. So if you keep your eyes closed, that's great. I didn't mention, but if you have some music, it can be nice to put on a little music and get some tunes. But if not, silence can be a really nice teacher. I'm going to count the breaths for you, and we'll go to 30 breaths, exhale and hold. And when we go to that exhale, hold, we're coming forward into a child's pose. So untucking the feet and sinking your head all the way down to the mat. So that's where we'll hold our breath until you feel the urge to breathe in. And then when you take that breath in, come back up to your knees. So follow along. Here we go. 30 deep breaths. Fill your belly, fill your chest, and let it go. Deeply in. Let it go. Deeply in. Let it go. 4, 5, 6, keep going. 7, feel your hands and your feet start to tingle. That's good. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Breathing through your nose, your mouth, whatever feels good. Charging your body with oxygen. 14, 15, 16. If your feet are burning, switch to the top of your feet. 18, 19, 20. Breathe into your belly. Fully in. Let it go. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4. Build up that charge. 1 more breath. Let it go. Spread your knees and walk yourself forward to a child's pose. And just relax. Let everything settle. Feel your head and your hips heavy. If you're feeling the urge to breathe already, no worries. Take that breath, come back up to your knees. But this breathwork practice oxygenates the tissues in your body and allows you to hold your breath longer than you think. It can be fun to use a timer on your phone and test how long you can hold your breath. Maybe now is not the perfect time, but you'll amaze yourself with how long you can hold your breath. When you need that in breath, take it fully in and hold for 10 seconds. Maybe stretch your neck a little bit, feel that rush of oxygen. After 10 seconds or 15, let it go. Nice. Recline our hero's pose, so the hero sits on his knees, butt in between your heels, or if that puts too much pressure on your knees, you can sit on top of your heels or even put a blanket under your butt, especially if your knees are feeling the pressure. And now walking your hands backwards, just get a little counter pose here, whatever feels good. Some people are very flexible, come down all the way down to their elbows or all the way down to your back. Move your heels out of the way if it's okay on your knees. Let your head fall back. How deep is your breathing? Press a little bit into your glutes, stretching your quads. All the way back up. Nice. Come down onto your belly with your hands next to your elbows underneath your shoulders. So we're looking for a Sphinx pose. Stacking elbows under shoulders. If your neck is sore and hurting, you can support your head with your fingers or your thumb. Adjust a little bit until it feels good. We're going to do a round of breathing here. When you're ready, start breathing deeply in. Try to fill your belly. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Feel those tingles, breathe into them, intensify the sensations. 20, 19. If your hands or your feet are tense, try to relax them, like opening your fists. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Make it easy. 16, 15, 14, 13, no force. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Exhale, lower all the way down, turn your head to the right side, lay your cheek on the mat, and hold your breath. Relax your body, calm your mind. The tingles and sensations you feel are the saturation of oxygen in your tissues. If you want to add a little bit, feel free to lift your feet up in the air, just letting them drop side to side so your lower back releases a little bit. Keep holding your breath, you're doing very good. If you do feel the urge to breathe, full breath in and hold for 10 or 15 seconds. Push your hips into the mat and let it go. Nice, push yourself back up into a tabletop position. Sit on your butt. If you have a little blanket, prop your hips up off the mat. And we'll come into a butterfly pose, a hip opener. As far as you need to adjust your feet towards your body. If you're more flexible and your knees are closer to the mat. If your hips are not very flexible, give yourself some space in between your hips and your feet. I like to grab onto my feet to pull my chest forward a little bit. You can also put your hands behind you. This is nice to keep your chest open as we're doing this breath work. I'll introduce you guys to a new breath practice that I've really been enjoying. It's the same idea and same principles as the Wim Hof breath to fully fill your belly, your lungs, and saturate yourself with oxygen, except this breath is a two-part inhale. So the first part, you fill your belly, and the second part, you fill your chest. So 2 parts in, and then let it go. We're gonna just do 20 of those, because sometimes they can be a little more intense. Sometimes, depending on how fast and how deep you use the breath, the sensation might be less than the normal Wim Hof breathing. But give this one a try. 2 parts in, 1 part out. It looks something like this. So feel free to join me into the belly, chest, let it go. In, out. Call that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep it going. This breath is giving you nice tingles. Intensify those. Go deep. Feel good. 5 more breaths. 1, 2, 3, and on your last one, the exhale, hold, and fold forward a little bit. Last breath. Exhale, hold. You can round your spine or pull your chest, keeping your spine straight. Not too deep, nice and comfortable. Your head can hang. How long can you hold your breath like this? If you're feeling some new sensations in your body, maybe those are triggering some thoughts in your head, just watch them pass by like clouds in the sky. Even if that thought is, I need to breathe, let it drift by a couple times. You're okay. If you gotta take that breath, do it and come all the way back up. If not, keep holding. Hands behind you, stretch your chest. Feels nice. 10, 15 seconds. Let it go. Hands behind you, feet to the mat, knees side to side, windshield wiper. Just bring a little lubrication into your hips. Nice. If you got a glass of water, grab a little sip. And come into this wide angle position. So your feet are as wide as feels good. Remember, don't go too intense because we're spending, 3 3 minutes, 4 minutes here. So don't need to push it too hard. That intensity will build. And you can always, if you're feeling looser, open it up a little bit more or fold forward a little bit more. But we'll start with some nice deep breathing in this position. I'm going to do that 2-part breath again. If you want to do that, join me. If you're more comfortable with 1 breath in, 1 breath out, let's just get some good oxygen charge. 30 deep breaths, 20 deep breaths, exhale, and then give yourself a nice little forward fold. Let your head hang, hold your breath. Here we go. Deeply in. Let it go. Deeply in. Let it go. Deeply in. Fill your belly. Fill your chest. Into your nose or mouth. Close your eyes. Put your mind's eye inside your body. We're about 8, 9, 10, 11. Find a rhythm that feels good. 12, 13, 14, 5 more. 2 more. Slow down a little on the last one. Exhale, come forward, get a nice stretch, relax, hold your breath. If it feels good to round your spine and let your head hang. If that's hurting your lower back too much, come up and out and use your hands to just pull your chest forward with a straight back, keeping that stretch in your hamstrings. Just meditate on the sensations in your body. Maybe engaging and relaxing different muscles, or just watching the back of your eyes in meditation, concentration, all parts of yoga. We've done a few rounds now, so maybe you're holding your breath, no problem. Keep it going. The longer, the better. The longer you hold, the more oxygen you've pumped into your tissues. And also, the more calm and relaxed you are, the longer you hold. So it's a good test for your stress levels. And this is a nice practice to reduce your stress levels with your breathing. If you're ready for that inhale, inhale and come up and out. Hold your breath, 10 or 15 seconds. Maybe hands behind you and stretch your chest. Open your heart. Let it go. Nice. Before we do this next pose, let's just come to a comfortable seat. If that's cross-legged, cool. If you're more comfortable on your knees, come to your knees. For me, it's a little bit more comfortable. And we're going to do a traditional yoga practice that I really like to do. It's actually the original jiu-jitsu fighter, Rickson Gracie himself. He was someone who made me realize the power and benefit of yoga to complement a jiu-jitsu lifestyle. He was really a master, especially at this practice. This practice is known in Sanskrit as Nali Kriya, but it's really just belly movement. So it's done by taking a deep breath in, letting that all go, forcing all of the air out as much as you can, and then using your abdominal muscles to contract your belly button towards your spine. So your ribs will kind of flare out and you'll suck your belly in. Your ab muscles are really moving your internal organs around. If you get good at this and you practice a lot, you can go in and out, side to side. And Hickson, he would even draw circles with his abdominal muscles. That's how much control he has. So just give it a try here. For me, it really improves my ability to breathe deeply, getting a little bit of tension release inside of the internal organs. We don't work that too much, so this is a really cool practice to do, especially on an empty stomach. If you're full, it's a lot more difficult. So I'll lift my shirt and show you guys. You can kind of see how this works here, but hands onto your knees, and that can help to take some weight off of your core and let your abs disengage a little bit. So take a deep breath in, let everything go, and draw your belly into your spine. Take another breath. Let's do it again. Another breath in. Breathe it out. If you can go in and out, cool, do that. If you can just work on sucking it in, that'll even feel good. Exhale everything out. Draw your belly in. One more time. Deep breath in. Everything out. Belly movement. Like a belly dancer. It's weird, but it's awesome. Cool. If you couldn't figure that one out, if it didn't feel good for you, give it a try on a more empty stomach and keep playing with it because it's a really nice one. I watched the video of Hickson. Incredible. Okay. Come into a cow face position. So tucking one of your heels, we'll tuck the left heel by the right butt, outside of the right butt cheek, and then the right foot either inside. If it's too intense for your hips, cross it over your knee. This is a more ideal position where I like to be. Or if you really have open hips, you can bring this foot all the way outside of your left hip so your knees are stacked up on top of each other. I can go this far, but it's very, very tight on my hips. So find something that feels comfortable for you so you feel a little bit of a stretch, and yet you can spend a minute or two here. If you want to sit up on a block or on a blanket, lifting your hips can help to relax your lower back a little bit. So get comfortable with your legs, and we will add an arm cross as well. So right arm over left, cross at the elbows. If you just want to stretch one arm, that's okay. Otherwise, bend both hands and try to catch, maybe you just catch your thumb, palm to palm, fingers to palm. Try to make that spine nice and straight, sit up tall. Let's do 20 deep breaths here. Lift your elbows a little bit, expand your chest. Here we go, deeply in, let it go. 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 Use your belly. Forget about the pose. Focus on your breath. Deeply in, let it go. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more if you need it. Exhale, fold forward gently, hold your breath. If it's intense, good, enjoy it. If it's too intense, back out. When you gotta breathe, take it in, let your arms go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Do something that feels good. Let it go. Let's do some windshield wipers. Hands behind you, knees side to side. Nice stretch for the hips. Switch it up, go to the other side. So left foot outside of right foot outside of left hip. Get comfortable. Remember that foot can stay on the left foot can stay on the inside if moving it across your knee is too intense. Otherwise, find a nice deep stretch here, or a nice gentle but deep. This position is almost always going to be intense for just about everyone. And that's okay. Crossing at the arms, this time left arm on top, elbow to elbow, palm to palm. If that's too deep, this little thumb grip here is kind of nice, a little more gentle on your shoulders. Instead of sagging your shoulders, lift your elbows a little bit and let those scapulas fall down your back. Let's pump out 20 deep breaths. Here we go. Saturate with oxygen and hold. 20 breaths. Here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Close your eyes. Go towards the sensation. Relax. 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 more. 2. Last one, deeply in. Let it go, fold forward. Maybe just rest your elbows on your knee. Stay with it. You're doing good. Relax your face. Relax your feet. If you need to breathe, breathe. Hold it for 10 seconds. Shake out your arms. Push a little blood into your head. Sigh it out. Shake it out. Windshield wipers if they feel good. Nice. All right. Coming on to our back now. Set yourself up. Get comfortable on your back. We're going to come into a reclined cobbler's position. So it's that butterfly position. Your feet are together. Palms of your feet together. Find a distance from your hips that feels good. If you want to give yourself some support, you can put blocks underneath your legs so it's not so intense. But we're going to do some deep breathing here and really let our hips sink to the mat. Let your chest sink to the mat. I'm going to do that 2-part breath, belly, chest, let it go, and then we'll hold our breath here. If you got your timer and you want to use that, feel free. Here we go. 30 deep breaths. Deeply in through the belly, into the chest. Let it go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe towards that sensation. Intensify that sensation. Keep your hands and face relaxed. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. If you got your own rhythm, that's cool. Follow it. Just go with the flow. Pump that oxygen. 25. 2 more. Exhale and hold. Soften your shoulders. Soften your belly. Smile a little bit. Learning how to saturate your body with oxygen is really good for jiu-jitsu. It can really help you recover after a match or even during a match when you have some time to take some deep breaths. It's a nice way to give yourself a little more energy and also the ability to hold your breath for extended periods of time. That's what we're training our body to do. Is also beneficial for surviving chokes and just in jiu-jitsu in general. Holding your breath can be an asset at certain times. If you gotta breathe, breathe. If you're doing good, chill. But when you need to take that breath in, make it deep and full. Hold at the top for 10 to 15 seconds. Feel that rush of oxygen. Maybe flex a little bit, squeeze. Let it go. Take your hands, wedge them into your hip crease, and just push down on your hips as you kind of walk your back and head, getting some traction in your spine, straightening, framing on your hips, just lengthening your lower back and your whole spine. Nice. Straighten one leg out in front of you and grab your shin. Pull that knee into your chest, maybe towards your armpit, whatever feels good, keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed on the mat. We're going to do our breath work in this position, so we'll do 20 breaths this time, and then on the exhale, it's going to be left hand to right knee and twist. So this is a twist with our shoulders on the mat, right hand out, and we'll hold our breath in that position. So if you felt that out, nice, you're ready for it. This is wind removing pose. If your wind is removed, hopefully there's no one around. So let's take some deep breaths here. Here we go, 20 deep breaths. 1. Find your rhythm. Stay relaxed. No force, but saturate with oxygen. You'll feel the sensation. Tingling, lightheadedness, that's good. Keep breathing towards it. 10 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, fully in. Let it go. 7, let it go. Fully in. Let it go. 2 more. Last one, fully in. Let it go and twist. You can adjust your hips over to the right side a little bit and just relax in this reclined, gentle twist, holding your breath, feeling good. Make any little micro adjustments you need to make to get a little bit more comfortable, and then relax. Find stillness. Your relaxed body is able to store up the most amount of oxygen. When you do need to take the inhale, we are putting pressure on the rib cage and the diaphragm in this twist, so that inhale might come earlier. Take that deep breath in and go back to your wind removing pose. Flat on your back, hug it in, stretch the hip, exhale and let it go. Nice. Hug both knees in. Rock side to side. Give yourself a little back massage. And let's go right into it. Let's keep this nice oxygen vibe going. Hug in the left knee, pull it to your armpit or your chest. Try to keep that right leg flat on the ground. Get comfortable. 20 deep breaths. Here we go. Deeply in. Breathe into your belly. 1 or 2. 3, 4. How deep can you breathe? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 more. 3 more. Exhale, hold and twist. Last big breath. Exhale, twist. Scoot your hips a little right. Shoulders flat on the mat. Hold your breath. Relax your eyes. When you gotta breathe, come out of the pose, come out of the twist. Take that deep breath. Hug the left knee in. Hold 10 to 15 seconds. Exhale and let it go. Nice job, guys. That's it for the practice. Well, minus the most important part, Shavasana, the final recovery, resting pose. Just open up your feet nice and wide. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath. Open your palms up to the sky. Let's do one last round of breath work here. Make this one your deepest, your best round. Really go into the sensations and intensify them. You might feel some cramping in your fingers or your toes. If you have tight muscles or injuries, you might feel more sensation in that. That's good. This practice is very healing. Let's go 30 deep breaths. I'll count with you. If you want to do the 2-part one, go for it. Let's go. Deeply in through your belly, into your chest. Let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. 1, 2, exhale. In, exhale. Keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Deeper, more relaxed, face relaxed, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Last 5 breaths, go deep. Relax. 2 more. Deepest breath. Let it go and hold. Soften everything. This is the corpse pose. You know what to do. If you need to breathe, make it a full deep breath and hold for 10 to 15 seconds. Stretch your arms overhead. Get out some clicks in your wrists and your ankles. Take a moment. Sometimes this is when you can see some colors behind your eyelids. It's your nervous system stimulated by the oxygen. Roll over onto your right side. Take a breath here with your head on your arm. Keep your eyes closed. Come all the way up to a seated position, crossing your legs. If you're a 10th planet black belt, you can do full lotus. You're required to. Just kidding. If you've got a half lotus or a full lotus, come into this nice meditation position. It's 6:52 right now, so we'll just do one little last breath work. If you're familiar with the Wim Hof breathing, you know that you can do the oxygenation breath, the deep breathing, and hold on either an inhale or an exhale. Usually if you hold on the inhale, it is a very intense rush of oxygen, so you don't need to hold it for as long as you can. You can probably hold your breath for 3 or 4 minutes if you're really nice and oxygenated, and that's kind of cool. But it doesn't test your system like the exhale hold does, that works with no air in the lungs. But just for fun, we're going to do 15 really nice, deep, charging breaths, and then an inhale hold, and just get a nice little rush of energy, a rush of oxygen. This is a good one to do in between your matches at a tournament or in between your rounds at open mat, just as a reset. You boost your oxygen and then hold your breath, and you just feel that oxygen moving through your entire body, and it charges you, gives you good energy. So 15 deep breaths. Remember filling your belly into your chest, even bringing it into your upper shoulders and neck, and then letting it go, not forcing it out, just letting it go. All right, 15 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, hold. I feel good. I hope you feel good too. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful week, and we'll see you back here for another live yoga class with Wellness for BJJ next Sunday. Might not be, I think you'll see me in 2 Sundays from now, but we have lots of good teachers, so feel free to join us. Oos. Namaste.